What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Gumby and the Goobers. Got the whole crew today. Brian, how we doing?
I am good. It is a beautiful time to start drafting. It's almost March. So it's funny to think that, at least from an NFL side, some of the contests are almost already filled, which is just ridiculous to think in February that NFL contests are already filled. Um, but with that, we're coming into NBA playoff best ball season. I know Gumby is excited about that. But Anthony, how are you? And quick little official congratulations to Anthony. He got engaged a couple weeks ago, so congrats to him.
Yeah, appreciate it. No, it's good to be back with you guys. It's been far too long. I think it's an exciting time of year for sports fans. I really think it is. I mean, I've had a few weeks to kind of digest that Super Bowl, which is probably the worst Super Bowl we've seen in like a decade. But you know what? Like you said, I mean, tomorrow's March 1st. We got March Madness around the corner. I think there's even some like March Madness contests, right?
Oh
For
yeah,
underdogs.
Really?
So start doing a little bit of that maybe. We like you said, we got Best Ball Mania, NFL, NBA seasons. What probably like quarter of the season left or thereabouts. You'd say Gumby.
About.
So it's it's exciting year for time of year for sports fans. I got a lot of good stuff on tap. Glad to be back with you guys and excited to jump into things today.
Turbo GM. I'm gonna do my best. So we'll start out with some NBA playoff basketball today, and I'm gonna do my best to convince you guys that we don't need to draft NFL regular season teams 9 months before the season starts. So we'll see how that goes. I might lose out on that one, but
You'll lose.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll start with some NBA playoff basketball. Let me share, and then I'll explain.
And before we jump in, I have some questions that I think will help us like kind of set the scene of what the best way to construct these teams are. And I think setting the stage of like just talking through how many teams in the initial draft advance to the next round, do any of the play-in games count towards the advance rates?
Yeah.
Like talk about just setting the scene there.
So you can see like the advance rates down here. The play-in games don't count. The first like scoring rounds are like the first round of the actual playoffs. So like the top 8 teams in each conference from the first round, just the first round of the playoffs, 2 of 6 advance, and then the second round, 1 of 10 teams advance. This is the semifinals of the conference. So this is like the big like hard one to advance out of, and then the conference finals is 1 of 6, and then after that it's a 310 team final. So it's set up like one. So there's positions in this. So it's 1 guard, 1 big, 1 wing, and then 2 flex that you start, and then 5 bench players who you don't use. So you want to try and get 5 players from each, or 5 players from like a potential matchup. And then it's not really like NFL where you just like overstack everything. You want to try and get those advanced pieces, because like drafting like the 7th guy in the rotation on the Thunder is just basically useless, and you'll never use a score anyway. So
Right. So you're not Kenneth Gainwell, Justice Hill, Ty Johnson, like those are all NFL equivalents of guys that you would never want to draft in the NBA, because they're just, the odds of them ever hitting your lineup to make a meaningful contribution is basically 0. Correct?
Right. And the thumbnail is Max Strus saying he's the most important person in the world. That's a joke. Like he's undraftable and people are drafting him. So that's the joke.
So knowing that the second round is the hardest one to advance through with only 1 of 10 advancing, what are your thoughts on playing, because you're balancing not only like the teams that you think are the most live to make the finals and to go against each other to build a 5-team lineup, but also trying to balance like trying to pick the Lad McConkeys of the world who lose in the first game but put up the highest points on the slate to give you that chance to advance to the third round. What's the strategy there that you've come across that works?
Yeah, you guys will see as we hop into some, like that wing is so weak, like that position. All of the ones that like score points are pretty much going the first couple of rounds. So like a couple good advanced pieces I like are the Orlando guys. I think we talked about this last time, Brian, with like Paulo Banchero and Franz Wagner, because they're both wings and they're pretty much locked in to make the playoffs. And I think they actually could win a game or two. If you trust Vegas, they have pretty good odds to win their first game in the playoffs. I think that's because they're getting the Pacers likely projected. So they have good wing scoring. I think they can win a game, a round or two. So that's like getting players who project well, like on like a random every day that are probably going to make the second round is the most important thing.
And
I've been doing some Suns too with like Kevin Durant and Devin Booker.
The one other thing to consider that makes this interesting too is that obviously with NFL it's one game. For the NBA, you could have like a sweep of like the Celtics could sweep somebody.
Right.
You could only get 4 games out of it, and then you have another series in the same conference that goes 7 games, and a guy that might project less on a game by game basis might score more absolute points because the series went longer than a sweep of 4, obviously. So that's another interesting wrinkle to think through.
Yeah, definitely. And also because projections are better in NBA than NFL, and because it's a 7-game series that you're playing at least 4 games, like the guys who project well are 90-something% of the time going to score for you, like be the highest scoring players, the ones you expect. So that also makes it a little different. Sam says looking like Orlando will face Boston or Cleveland in the first round. I would not like that. That would not be good for my bags.
that is like probably the worst matchup on the board for them, right? Like
yeah,
the 1 and 2, like the 2 teams that are most live to make the finals.
Yeah.
So I was just looking at it because it's no secret to anyone that I don't really watch the NBA, but I'm interested in like the game theory side. So I apologize for all the questions, but I think it's just interesting to sort of think through.
I mean, it's way more game theory than actually knowing ball anyway. So
yeah. So looking at like the Vegas odds, it looks like the Celtics and the Thunder are the favorite to match up against each other in the finals, but the top 2 teams in each conference behind them are the Cavs and Knicks, and then the Nuggets and the Lakers. It's just interesting to me that Jokic is the number 2 overall pick by ADP in this contest for a team that's not even expected or, per Vegas odds is even going to be in the finals. So is Jokic just like a glorified advance rate piece like Josh Allen was the 101 in playoff best ball when he lost to the Chiefs? Is it similar to that?
No, because if Denver makes the finals, Jokic is going to be in the winning lineup no matter what happens. If they get swept in 4 games, he's still in the winning lineup. Sam says Tatum 101s. If we get
that's
in the
what
lobby,
I said last stream, and you looked at me like I was nuts. Like the Celtics are clearly going to make the finals.
Things have changed. Also, if we're in a room with Sam, we can't take any Celtics. He's going to take Jaylen Brown every time.
Really? Well, you know what? Sam's a smart man because he's taking the teams that are going to make the championship. Like that just seems so obvious, and yet it's not being done. Like I don't want to have to get in these streets, but like Jason Tatum at the 103 for a team that's probably going to make the championship, like just seems so wrong.
Yeah. Also, Denver hasn't looked so good recently either. They lost last night to the Bucks. I think they lost to the Lakers a couple days ago.
I'm telling you what, if we get the 102, I'm gonna just talk your ear off until you take Tatum over Jokic.
I think it's fine. I don't
you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because you'll see like Wing gets so weak, like so quick. Like after LeBron, it's like you want Michael Porter, you want Pascal Siakam.
Yeah, really. I mean, these guys are not only not going to project as well, but they're also not live to make it to the finals. Like Tatum, just from a positional scarcity point of view, and from the team that has the best odds to make the finals, like how is he not the 101? Honestly.
Also, I want to be clear that I don't think we should be using Vegas futures odds as like the end all be all. I don't think it's not efficient. Like I think the market's probably pretty bad there. Maybe like the top like 3 are close, but I don't know. I wouldn't use it as gospel for sure.
Interesting. The Sims guy is not using the Vegas odds. That is like that's almost like just doesn't compute in my brain. Anthony, what are your thoughts on this? Hearing more about how the contest is structured and the players.
Yeah, I mean this is all new for me, so I'm kind of just sitting back and digesting all of it. I mean I think that's pretty interesting. I mean, obviously, like I guess on Jokic, I mean, to me, he seems like if like Denver were favored over Oklahoma City to make the finals, like this would be a smash, like Jokic at 101. Like I don't think there's any way you could debate that, right?
Yeah.
No, you couldn't.
I mean, he seems like he's pretty much on a given night like a lock for at least 50. Like, but I know that he can get up into like 60, 70 points a night. So, I mean, it's very
he projects
interesting.
for like 60. He projects for like 60 points every night.
Yeah, that's insane. But yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah. I mean, I see what your point though, Brian. I mean, like Tatum, I just feel like, again, as somebody who like has basically zero knowledge of this, so I could just be talking on my ass here. But I feel like Tatum, as far as like underdog goes, doesn't always like project necessarily the best. But then again, like if you're the Celtics, like they're gonna make the finals. I think like unless there's an injury in the playoffs, which could happen, but unless there's an injury in the playoffs, which would maybe open the door for Cleveland a little bit. Like Boston's pretty much a shoe-in, I think, to at least make the finals.
I don't
So
that seems like a jump to me. I
Really?
think that like Cleveland is. I think Cleveland might like in my brain they'd probably be the favorite, like a 52% favorite to beat Boston in a 7-game series. I think that's
Really?
unpopular, but like I don't think Vegas would tell you that, but that's just my brain.
Yeah, looking at the Vegas odds right now, they have the Celtics to make the finals at -145 and the Cavs at +250.
Has Cleveland performed well against Boston this year?
I think they beat the brakes off them once.
I feel like the Celtics have always got like just every time I seem to check the box score, it's like they're either winning by 30 or losing by 30. It really doesn't seem like they have that many close games. I don't know why.
They're playing tonight. How interesting.
That is, you know what? That is a fitting discussion point.
That is fun, right?
Are they? What time is it starting now, or was it?
It started already. End of the first quarter, 38-26 Celtics.
Yeah, see, there you go. They're going to be up by 30 pretty soon.
Tatum 101.
But yeah, I like Cleveland. I think the Lakers are still undervalued, especially with LeBron, who like if the Lakers make the finals, LeBron is probably going to be optimal as a wing because wing is so weak. So I do like starting. The only problem is like some of the less optimistic people would say the winner has already been drafted when like the top teams were going later, when Tatum was going 4 and Mitchell was going late and LeBron was going late.
Right.
So
I think the most optimal start for me, if I had like the 103, would probably be Tatum and LeBron, two like the weakest players, the weakest position, with two teams that you could argue are likely to make the finals.
And I think that's fair, but also like someone would say like someone already has Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and LeBron from early in the contest, which I don't know if that's true.
If that's true, I would just wait until the second contest is released and then draft then when everyone is starting from zero.
That's what Easy shout out Easy. He always says like, "Oh, I'm the Dance 2 winner hasn't been drafted yet." He's like,
"That's a good point." Sam said that the Celtics started 25-3, so they beat the brinks off of them. And you know what? They'll probably wind up only winning by 2 because that always seems to be how it goes.
They're coming back. They're only down by 12 now.
Impressive. Also, we need 2 people to jump into this NBA draft. So anyone that's a part of the stream, please.
How much have the Lakers' odds to make the finals shot up since the Luka trade?
Yeah,
you said they're at third now, right? For
they're
Vegas,
third behind the Nuggets and the Thunder.
So, do you know what it was before that? I'm honestly curious because I really didn't think there was much talk about Lakers making a finals run until this move.
No, definitely not.
I believe I saw it. I think it was 14-1, so plus 1,400 prior to the trade, which would be right around the same odds as the Grizzlies. So now they're ahead of the Warriors, which the Warriors are another team that's interesting with the Jimmy Butler trade. Like it seems like they kind of revitalized that entire team.
Was that? I could be wrong again because I just don't know enough that I'm definitely gonna be right here. But was that a career high for Steph last night? I thought I heard someone.
I think it was. I think someone.
That's
said
hard
that,
to believe. Somebody who
really
shoots
is.
So many threes, like you would be surprised he doesn't have a 60-point game.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's why I almost didn't believe it when I saw it. I thought I was being sentled. But he's back, by the way.
Did you see Sentel got killed and then Sentel got revived?
He was risen from the grave.
Yeah.
He's a month early for Easter.
So, all right, let's talk this out. We're going to get the 4th pick. The top 3 are going because that's not happening. So we either go Cleveland with Mitchell or Luka Lakers. I could be talked into Jaylen Brown or Giannis.
I would probably either go Mitchell. I think I'd probably lean Mitchell. What would be the likely pick on the 9 spot? Then we go Mitchell at 4. What's it looking like?
LeBron?
The problem is LeBron. It's usually the Luka drafter in between grabs LeBron, but this guy might not know what he's doing, so maybe not.
I would try to do that. Oh, Jokic 101. This guy is just like on something crazy right now. That's the worst.
Not necessarily. Why do you
This
say
week in the
so?
draft. Because if
He's the
I
best
don't
player
think-
in the league.
Yeah, but he's not likely to make the championship.
I mean, they're second. It's not like they're fifth.
Also, the other problem with taking Cleveland is that you need a good wing from the West because DeAndre Hunter is their number one wing and he sucks.
Well, that's why I was saying LeBron.
Yeah, right. That would be ideal.
I think Mitchell's the pick.
I that's usually what I do, unless I'm specifically
Especially
going
if
for
you think the
Lakers.
Cavs are going to make the finals.
Yeah, that's why I'm picking the Lakers, or that's why I'm picking the Cavs.
Yeah.
What's the optimal number of players to have on a team? Like, obviously you need 5 people live in the final round, but are you doing like a lot of 3-2-2-2 builds or 2-2? What is it? 3-3-2-2, whatever the math works out.
Depends on the team. I'll do 2, 3, or 4, depending on.
So this guy
what it is.
goes LeBron and J. Will. Interesting.
It's not J. Will, it's J. Dub. J. Will is the other guy on the same team
What?
who's also
Are you
named
joking?
Jalen Williams. No, I swear
No,
to
we've
God.
talked about this before.
It's
They're both
did?
Jalen
Jay.
Williams. Yeah.
Whatever.
All right, so I think we probably just go Mobley and then figure out the West team later. Try to get as many Cleveland pieces as we can.
So you
Now
said
the problem
earlier,
is the wing is going to just be dead.
Right, but we'll figure. We'll have to take like a long shot team in the West.
you were saying
Okay.
earlier it doesn't matter to stack as much as NFL. Like,
Well, you don't want to
concerned
stack. You don't want to stack like the role players. You want to stack
Right,
the stars.
right. Okay. Makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah, you
right.
definitely
You don't
need the
want the
stacks.
because the rotations get tighter in the playoffs,
Right.
especially. You don't want the third guy off the bench. Yeah,
And
makes
yeah,
sense.
like I said, it's like because it's a 7-game series, the best projected players score for your team most of the time, like unless someone gets hurt or some
Right.
weird rotation thing because of a matchup happens.
Okay.
I tell you what, I'm liking the Warriors as a late round option. Like that seems like fun.
I don't hate that. Jimmy Butler's a nice wing to add on at the end.
Yeah.
So I do enjoy.
I don't
that.
really like, to be quite honest with you guys, I don't really like having anybody from the East not from the Cavs or Celtics. Like, obviously, it might come
agree.
to it, but I just don't love it.
Well, the real sharps will tell you that anyone but OKC in the West is drawing dead. I don't agree with that.
I disagree with that. They haven't done
No.
anything to prove that they haven't made the finals in the last like 10 years. How could you say that?
They made it with Durant and Harden and Westbrook, I think.
Yeah, 20 years ago when I was still in school.
What do you guys think the Warriors ADP is? As a good benchmark.
If they open today, I would
No,
imagine.
no. What do you think it is right now? It's 10 rounds, 60 picks.
Curry at like 25.
Yeah, no, they're like 40s.
Yeah, that's
Whoa! Curry has jumped. Last time I drafted, he was in the 40s. Holy crap!
yeah, that's still wrong.
Yeah.
Golden State seems to be like almost like Washington NFL wise. I know I keep making a lot of points here,
Well,
but
what are
with
they right
NFL,
now? They're like, aren't they like an 8 seed or 7?
fourth best odds, not far behind the Lakers to advance out of the West.
The Warriors are 7.
Okay.
Tied with
Yeah,
the
but it's
Timberwolves
just
and Mavericks.
the thing is that like it's going to depend because again, like say for example, because OKC is 1 right now, and who's 2? Is Denver actually 2 in the standings or just 2 in the odds?
They're 3 in the standings. Grizzlies are 2, but only by like 1 loss or something.
Because here's my
Right.
thing: like if I'm the Warriors, I just want to avoid OKC or Denver in the
In
first
Denver.
round. Actually,
Agreed.
being 7 and playing Memphis, no disrespect,
That's the
but that would
straw you
actually
could
be
have for them.
ideal. Yeah, exactly. I agree.
But like also like the fact that Steph is going so much higher than Jimmy is also not right to me. You guys go with Garland here.
Yeah,
Darius Garland.
stack with Cleveland.
He's a Vanderbilt guy. I like him.
And the Warriors won 7 of the last 8. Yeah, they're on. Like Steph Curry looks revitalized. Jimmy Butler looks like he wants to play basketball again.
It's nice. It's funny. I feel like I'm more confident in this because I'm so far removed from having specific player takes. This is just like, okay, let's take a step back and see what the best way to build a team is.
Yeah, definitely. No, it definitely it helps to like have a little bit of ball knowledge, but
Right.
Yeah.
Well, because you know, if you didn't know any better, you would want 6 guys on the team you think is going to make the finals, and that's just drawing dead.
yeah, right.
Right.
So it's a bit of it's kind of balancing like the ball knowledge with the contest structure and just general game theory.
I also don't really think Max Strus is that bad of a pick. I think DeAndre Hunter is that bad of a pick because like
Never heard of him.
You never heard of DeAndre Hunter?
Virginia guy. I got you,
Yeah.
Anthony.
Oh,
Yeah, thank
Virginia
you.
guy.
National champion.
Yeah.
Yes, he has
And the year
very
before
broad
that,
shoulders.
they lost in the first round to a 16 seed.
I think he was hurt. I
Oh,
think
you're
he was
right.
hurt
He
at the
was.
He was
time.
hurt.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah,
that
you're
now.
right.
You're right.
Because I remember I picked them and everyone was like, "Oh, why would you pick them? Their best
No,
player was
you were
hurt."
right.
Fuck
Yeah, you're right.
No, I always told you they just can't score.
This guy's definitely taking Jack.
And they still can't.
They still can't, right? Tony Bennett, I think, did he
Well,
get
he's
fired
retired
recently?
now. No,
Retired.
he stepped
Yeah,
down. Yeah,
retired.
He had enough. He had enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy takes Allen.
So
We could do Minnesota or Golden State or Houston. Houston has a
Why
nice
not-
winning.
why not Hartenstein? Highest odds to make the championship. We could have him as an advance rate.
No. I'll explain after, but we can't do that.
Okay.
Eileen Sengun and Amen Thompson.
I'm down for that.
They both have fun names, so I'm good with
Yeah,
that.
true.
Now explain why not Hartenstein.
Because he is the fourth highest projected player in OKC, and someone is going to have like a better combination with like. If we were going to do OKC, we'd have needed to get like Jalen Williams because we're going to have no wings.
I see.
The best OKC wing is it's a Max Strus situation with Aaron Wiggins.
Got it.
Not to be confused.
I'm not familiar.
Andrew.
Not to be confused with Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah.
Right, Andrew Wiggins is good. Kentucky guy.
He's okay.
Right? Was he Kentucky?
Yeah.
Andrew
Or no, he
Wiggins?
was Kansas. Sorry.
Kansas. That's it. I knew one of
Also,
those schools.
can someone in chat let me know if LeBron or Luka get rolled out tonight so I can set my swaps? Thank you.
What time is that game?
I think it's 10.
Okay. Kansas. Thank you, Turbo.
You could almost assume that everybody's a Kentucky guy, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
seriously.
So good. Amazing they didn't win more championships with some of the rosters they've had.
Yeah, well, it's because Cal sucks, but
Shut up.
it's a
Yeah,
different pod.
So Sam knows ball. He takes Curry.
You know what, Sam? You're a smart man.
So we like the way I like to play this is like so we have Cleveland as like our East team, and then just do a bunch of double West stacks.
And now we shouldn't probably do Golden State because now that we don't have Curry, like any team that gets to the finals with if we have a Golden State pairing, like we'll have Curry and we'll project better.
I don't know. Mitchell and Garland project better than Curry.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you think that could be an interesting contrarian
Yes.
pick?
Sam might be very upset with us though.
Well, I like Sam. I don't want to disrespect him.
We would also need another warrior, and that's the problem. We need a second warrior, and these aren't in.
Who is
inspiring.
Gu Santos?
Right.
You know who that is?
we're not picking him. I do like the Clippers though.
So we're on the clock here. You like
I do
Harden,
like the
Kawhi?
Clippers.
That's an intriguing one.
Yeah, let's do it.
Wow, those are a couple of the oldies right there. Oldies
Yeah, no
goodies.
kidding. That's a throwback to what we were
also,
talking about.
if
Right.
I think Houston has a real chance to make the finals. The Clippers realistically don't, but they have a chance to win a game and be optimal in the second round to help us advance the 1 out of 10 round. So,
And that is honestly the most important thing.
and I don't want to say they're locked to make the playoffs because they're not because it's so tight in the West, but they're in 6th place. I think they have a bunch of tiebreakers that they're winning right now.
But that's a pretty good thing because that's suppressing their ADP a bit. If they were a 5 seed, almost guaranteed to make the playoffs, they would be maybe a round or two earlier.
Yeah, I was all in on Phoenix too, like 2
Ooh.
weeks ago, and they're just
Wow.
dead to me. They're dead.
Dysfunctional.
They can't win a game.
Yeah, they're dysfunctional, man.
They bother me. Sam, do not take Kawhi.
Are
Don't
they
be
the
terrorists.
NBA Bengals?
They might be. They might be.
What, they score a
I
lot
think-
of points but can't play defense?
No,
Or they
like
have a
you
lot
were-
of talent
like
that
you were
just
saying,
can't win games.
Like they've got
No,
like the
playoff
star
basketball.
power. Like they've got the star power.
like
They
the
just
context, like
aren't
playoff
gonna make
basketball.
the
Everyone's
playoffs.
picking them, and they're not going to make the playoffs. That's
Oh,
what
okay, I got it. Well, I don't know if they were that popular of a pick, the
Yeah.
Bengals, but I could see Phoenix like with Durant, pushing up their ADP a bit, especially when they looked like they were doing well until they just kind of fell off a cliff a couple weeks ago. That trade deadline really just kind of messed them up.
Dude, literally every time I'm in a draft with Sam, he just does Boston and Memphis. Like it's clockwork. It's unbelievable.
I'm surprised Memphis has the 5th best odds, and didn't you say they're like if they could draw bad against Golden State and have a tough matchup in round 1?
They're the 2 seed right now. Fun fact.
Yeah.
Well, you said they're
thought
only
they-
up by
weren't
a game.
Weren't they the 2 seed? And again, not a huge NBA guy, but weren't they the 2 seed like 2 years ago? They played the Lakers in the first round and got clobbered. Pretty sure they were.
I think that was last year.
Was it last year or was it a couple of years ago? Well, in any event, they've been the 2 seed before, I think, and they got clobbered. So
Anthony Edwards is a fun player. He's
yeah.
on Minnesota, right?
This is where
Minnesota,
knowing ball is
yeah.
fun. They have a really good net rating.
Oh,
Couldn't tell you
net
what
rating.
net rating is though.
Now you're talking my language. I love net ratings.
Everyone like and subscribe so our net rating goes up.
I worship.
Please do.
I worship the net ratings.
I think we do Jalen Green here.
Really?
Houston, and then get Zubats after however you say this guy's name. Yeah, this is I know. If you do a lot of drafts, you get stuck with them. I don't know. I want to say stuck with, but that's kind of just the best team in the West that's there after you take like Boston or OKC or yeah.
Right.
You take them over the Lakers though? You take Memphis?
No,
the Lakers?
because Luka and LeBron go like 1-2 turn.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
Now I will say, Peyton Pritchard is a dog in the playoffs.
Peyton Pritchard is an NFL best ball ass pick. He is Kenneth Gainwell and Grant Calcaterra.
He's a dog.
No, not allowing it.
Oregon guy.
Big Oregon guy, yes.
How do you know that?
You didn't know that?
No,
you knew that one. He was on a really, really good team. Oregon was good when he was there, but they were
Oregon usually has a good program.
They do. They don't always perform well in March Madness, but they usually have a well-run program.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like Gonzaga, just a little bit of a tier down.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. Both on the West Coast.
They can get to the finals,
the
Gonzaga,
Northwest.
but they just never win anything.
Yeah, I know.
Doing Zubats. Yeah, what this is the question
If
we
we
ask
do-
ourselves. What if Peyton Pritchard is the guy you need? Peyton Manning Pritchard. Peyton spelled wrong.
I agree, Bendels. What if you never know?
Honestly, if we do underdog March Madness, like I'm gonna be on here just fucking hyped out of my mind. Like, it's gonna be amazing.
I tried to do one
I
the
hope
other
we
day.
do that.
It didn't fill though, because I figured we were gonna do one today. But
Really, the thing is, like, I feel like it's kind of like a juxtaposition. Like, I feel like it's kind of stupid, but it would be kind of like insanely fun. Like, it's kind of stupid because like after you go through like 5 players, like you probably just don't know anybody.
You just
Unless
pick a
you're,
team
like,
at that point.
An absolute like junkie
yeah,
for college basketball, but
Could be
yeah.
tough, though, then.
I feel like it's hard to do it before the bracket comes out too, because like you could just
Yeah,
pick
that's
these
fair.
teams that are going to play each other in the Final Four, and like that's
Right.
bad.
It's honestly like NFL big boards drafts where it's
Yeah.
like you don't even know what team these guys are getting drafted to. You don't know the bye weeks. You don't know the schedule. It's like you're just guessing.
All right, so like we need some wing points. Amen Thompson and Kawhi Leonard, love them. They're not going to do it for us. I was going to say Franz. I mean, we could do Kevin Durant. Just hope they make the playoffs.
how close are they right now? Like, are they even close?
Let's see. They're 3 games out of the play-in.
Oh, that is not exciting. That is not an
No.
inspiring pick. That could be a 0. What about PJ
Well, I
Washington?
mean, everyone else here is a 0 anyway.
PJ Washington?
Yeah, but like, is he going to outscore Kawhi or Amen Thompson?
I don't know.
I think we just go with KD. This is why I get stuck with the Suns, and then
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. So what's our teams then? Like we have Cleveland, Houston, and then Phoenix,
Clippers.
Clippers.
Mm-hmm. So our finals are Cleveland versus Houston, Cleveland versus Clippers.
Now, how would you rate that team coming out of the 4 spot?
Give it a 6 out of 10.
Oh, that's not bad. We've had some doozy, we've had some really bad drafts. Not
Yeah,
necessarily.
I wasn't here
this
for the
contest.
last one, so I don't know how.
I think our first one, Brian, was really bad. I named it. Let's see.
We didn't have, because you know what? I didn't have the context of how the contest works. That's why I wanted to set the stage for you, Anthony, and
Nope,
give you a bit more understanding.
Didn't name it. Sorry. Well, it's dead.
Well, if it winds up winning, I'll find the video. Don't worry.
All right. What do you guys want to do?
I don't know.
Another
Those
one?
drafts go by quick. If you want to do one more,
I'll do
and then,
another one. Yeah.
and then we'll do an
Let's
NBA or
see if
NFL
we-
to finish.
I'd like to see if we could get Shea or Jokic.
Sam wants me to join the pick and roll for tomorrow, which is the $100 entry, and I will not be doing that without projections. Thanks for the offer. Thanks for the invite.
Turbo also said that Kevin Durant is like taking Darren Waller last April. Ooh, that is also not inspiring
Spicy.
since Waller played approximately 0 snaps last season.
Has LeBron been ruled out yet, or what? Nope. Game time decision.
Also, we
I'm-
need one more to fill. So
I'm relying on
anyone
chat
watching-
for the Lakers news. Don't let me down.
So yeah, I think we'll do one more of these and then maybe wrap up with an NFL big board. Anthony, I don't think you haven't done any of those yet either, right?
No.
It sucks.
Those-
Just a warning.
It's a fun contest. I'm actually enjoying it myself.
Have you been watching Davis, Brian? Davis draft him.
That one has rookies.
Every
in it,
now,
right?
yeah, I'm a Davis supporter.
I love Davis. Davis is the man.
He's so funny. He just like, I'll start watching him. It'll say something that like he doesn't think is funny, and I'm just like cracking up because it's just ridiculous.
He's the man. Oh,
Yeah.
We got four again.
We'll probably do
Yep.
like Luca or something.
Yeah. Now, if we take Luca, is it almost assured that LeBron will fall back to us?
Oh, buddy, get ready to learn. Get ready to learn Sam Olsen 31 sniping us.
No, Sam's a good guy.
No, it's definitely not a lock. So there. It's always like a joke that like everyone calls the people in these terrorists because like if you don't have like the top 3 picks, you're kind of just dead. So everyone else just kind of attacks each other.
I disagree. I don't think Jokic if Jokic is in the top 3, I don't think that's a lost team at all because it gives you a chance.
What if I told you that the real sharps weren't picking Jokic in the top 3?
Well, then I would say they are actually sharps because that doesn't seem like the right thing to do. Here's the thing. There's no I don't watch NBA content or any of this, and I don't think Anthony does either. So we're not in the group think tank of underdog degenerates. Like this is like honest perspective of a person removed from the NBA contests. Take it for what you will.
I mean, is OKC like that much heavily favored in the minds of the public?
Yes.
Over like Denver?
They have
really.
There's a bigger difference between the Thunder and Nuggets difference and the Celtics and the Cavs favored to make the finals.
Some guy posted he did like some sort of simulation on Twitter, and he had, I think OKC was like a 48% chance to make the to make the finals. And I don't know.
They still have like a million draft picks too.
Oh yeah, of course.
Jesus Christ,
that's insane.
You guys want to do Luka
on this one?
Yeah. Sam, let us get LeBron.
Sam's a class act.
Rule Luka out. Rule him out.
You have a lot of LeBron tonight.
Yeah, no Luka.
Oh, that seems scary.
Yeah.
J Dub and Donovan and D Mitch both go. We'll see what. Oh, nice. Okay, good. So we got Luka, LeBron, and you don't like it now.
No,
let's take Jaylen Brown.
If I had bigger balls, I'd pick Jaylen Brown.
Take Jaylen Brown. Let's do it.
No. The problem is LeBron's going to project better than Jaylen Brown, so it's hard. But
I feel like
Jaylen Brown never falls past pick 10, but LeBron can But this guy Buster, he would have picked him.
Well, he picked Jokic, so he clearly doesn't know anything.
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't think I like that pick.
But yeah, the problem is if we take Jaylen Brown, this guy gets tilted. He picks LeBron. The whole. It's just.
Oh, you think so?
It's also you could also get that matchup too.
Yeah, I mean that's why you would pick it. You would want Boston and the Lakers. That's what the NBA. That's what the NBA.
That's what we were trying to do.
I know, but that's well, we didn't because we let him. We knew he was going to have to take Brown to match up with Tatum.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, LeBron's going to project better than Jaylen Brown, so that's kind of my default.
So what's our strategy here now for the East?
Yeah,
in Cleveland.
Depends what falls back to us. I only want to do Austin Reeves. Can't do the Bucks really because
Giannis.
No Giannis. I mean,
I guess we could do Knicks for the East.
Knicks have been falling because they can't win a game. They have no chance, but it is nice value.
It's advance rate.
Yeah, see, this is the spot you get stuck in. It's not really looking great if the Knicks go.
Well, we'll see.
I'll queue them up just so that they.
What's the pivot then? If either or both of them go, where's the pivot, or do we just take Reeves? We can't take Reeves this.
No, we don't take Reeves yet. I don't know who's left from Cleveland. Maybe Garland's gone, so can't really do that. We're just gonna get. Nope, we're not gonna get the Knicks. Okay.
This just seems awful.
I mean, I guess we could try Milwaukee without
Brunson's
Giannis,
there.
But...
Brunson's there if you want him.
Brunson and Josh Hart. This is an ugly spot to draft from the 4 spot. I wish we got a different one.
Yeah. We could do Pacers.
Ooh.
Oh, that's ugly too.
Let's do Pacers.
Okay.
See,
at this point, I would just take.
We're just gonna take.
Oh, you're gonna take Reeves?
Yeah, it's whatever. Couldn't find him in time.
No, you got him.
Yeah, because we need big points. So Miles Turner is fine.
Wow, Lakers Pacers. What a finals. What a finals that would be.
See, I would consider taking Brunson here just for an advance rate into potentially round 2. Like,
yeah,
he's got to project high, right?
let's do that, and then we could also do Mitchell Robinson as like a big, because he's coming back. He can. I think he's playing tonight. I really have no idea what his rotation is going to look like with Cat. He might not play like pretty much at all. But
Precious
What about-
Achua.
yeah,
Precious Achua.
What about OG? Oh, he's a wing.
yeah. He just doesn't score fantasy points, so it's hard.
Mm. I learned recently what stocks were, and not in the traditional investing sense.
Yeah,
I think.
What is-
I
what
think
is
I was
it?
able to piece
Educate.
it together. Stocks are
Educate.
just steals and blocks, right?
yeah.
It took me about an hour and a half to figure out what the hell people were talking about with stocks, but I got there, I think.
All right, so now we hope Josh Hart falls because that'd be nice, and then we could start picking up Indiana and do other East teams around
Yeah.
it.
It's not bad. I mean, it is almost potentially recovering from absolute disaster.
Almost.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, honestly, the 4 spot, it seems like the 4 through 6 is just like dead.
yeah, I tried to tell you.
I thought with Jokic going at the 102, it wouldn't be, but it is.
Yeah,
Let's
Curry
check out
goes
Sam's team. What's
to
Sam got going on in the 6th spot?
Cleveland,
Donovan
OKC.
Mitchell,
Yeah.
J-Dub.
His looks
Barrett
okay from
Allen.
the 6th spot.
Yeah.
I like his.
The problem is like
Maybe we just
you come
suck.
back. You come back to this. Who's the 5th player in that finals though? Because like there's no one left now.
Yeah.
Lou Dort.
Lou
Max Strus,
Dort.
Davis
Lou
likes
Dort
Lou Dort
seems
though.
like a guy that's like 7'2".
No, he's like a defensive guard.
I think I'm mixing him up with Luol Deng.
Yeah, that's probably true. uh,
I know people love me for my NBA takes.
Like Bol.
Bull.
don't take Josh Hart. Don't do it. You have Boston. Thank you. All right, so we recovered. We just flipped the board. We could have taken Josh Hart and then Austin Reeves. Oh, you know what I just realized though?
No.
We can only start 3 guards.
Ooh, that is an
We have
interesting
4
wrinkle.
guards. So that you know how I said the team was recovered? The team is dead.
Oh, that's unfortunate. So now,
Um,
so Siakam we can't take either.
No, we can't. He's a wing.
Oh, he's a wing. That's right. Okay, so that's actually
But-
probably preferred.
The way to rescue this team, you guys aren't going to like this.
No,
It's going to be Jackson Hayes and Mitchell Robinson.
I don't even know who that is.
Jackson Hayes?
No,
He's the Lakers' big.
not familiar with his game.
Used to be on the Pelicans, right? Gumby?
No idea.
Jackson Hayes, really?
Yeah,
I don't
I
think
think
so.
Jackson Hayes used to be
Yeah,
in the
I'm
You
pretty
know
sure.
what?
too.
That would
Look
make
him
sense
up.
because it might have been the Lonzo Ball trade.
I'm pretty sure I remember him being on the Pelicans.
Let's see.
And Rabona wants to know if we've drafted any bigger boards yet. We have not. We're going to do a big board after this draft, so stay tuned for that.
OG Pell, yeah, Turbo lets us know. Yeah,
Thank you,
he was
Turbo.
Drafted by the Pelicans.
Nice job, Anthony. I'm impressed with your knowledge about NFL.
I know
about
some
NBA.
stuff. I used to in college. I used to be a degenerate with like NBA, like DraftKings. So I remember some stuff.
Oh man, if you were playing Jackson Hayes and the Pelicans, buddy, good luck.
It wasn't. Yeah, no, it wasn't something I was excited about. I just remember seeing his name as I scrolled.
right.
So it looks like we're going to try to round this team out with the Pacers, which is just the least inspiring team. I mean, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess they have the 6th best odds, but it's a huge drop off between the Bucks, who's the 4, and then them at the 5.
Yeah.
But you never know. Sometimes the Pacers are the team you need to advance.
Yeah, I mean, they made the Eastern Conference Finals last year, right?
Yeah,
So
they beat the Knicks.
yeah, I mean, it's
Oh,
not,
that's right. I forgot
it's
about
not
that.
completely out of the question.
Rabona wants us to do a bigger board. I'm not confident enough for that. What's the bigger board? 100? No thanks.
Ooh,
No
sad.
thanks. No thanks. We'll do a regular big board though. I don't know how long do these take to fill. Do you guys know the big boards?
I only have done a couple little boards, but they usually fill within 2 minutes. I thought after we finish this draft, I'll tell you guys the teams, not necessarily the players. I think the
I'm gonna
team.
hop in one and see, so like, we
Okay.
don't have to wait.
I think the team exposures that I have the most of are more interesting than the specific players. So after we finish this, I'll I'll talk about some of those teams, and you can tell me what you guys think.
So Hallie gets picked, which isn't the worst thing in the world because we have two Lakers guards.
We need a big, right? So it's got to be one of these guys.
Yeah, let's do Miles Turner.
I like that.
I don't hate if we could get like Anthony Davis to get like advance piece because the bigs of Mitchell Robinson, Jackson Hayes, they're not scoring points till the finals. They will not hit our team.
Yeah,
Miles Turner,
I was going to suggest him as an advance.
But Sam's going to take him because he's a terrorist. And
does he have any Lakers on his team, or that's just an advance piece?
Anthony Davis is on the Lakers. He's on.
That's right.
He's on the Mavericks.
I forgot about that.
He's hurt though, so I don't know. People are afraid.
Well, he's always hurt.
Davis, another former Pelican.
Oh, so the
and
big
a
board
Kentucky guy.
The big board infield.
Yeah.
So we'll go back and forth. We just have 3 picks left here.
Everybody's a Kentucky guy, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, so we actually get him on the fall.
Yeah.
All right.
And then no one is picking Mitchell Robinson and Jackson Hayes, so we're good.
We can push the plane on this one.
Yeah. All right. Let's switch gears real quick. The big board.
We did Jefferson last time. I would want him over Gibbs, but if you want to diversify, we can do Gibbs. But we're going to get him
Gibbs or JJ.
What is this contest?
Big board.
I'll just go
big board. It's just like BBM.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's basically it's like this is the BBM of pre-draft best ball. It locks like right before the draft starts.
Let me just take Brian Thomas 5th. Is that good?
No, that's awful.
Okay, I was going to say.
I mean, his ADP is like 10, isn't it?
Worst pick on the board.
Yeah, but that's
Brian
still
Thomas.
5. That's still 5 picks ahead of ADP.
I don't hate it. If you want to take a stand, take a stand.
Not the right stand.
I respect it.
I'd rather have Neighbors at 5 than Brian Thomas. So yeah, Anthony,
especially
it's the same
Aaron
thing.
Rodgers throwing to him.
Right. We saw what Aaron Rodgers will do. He'll throw the ball to Neighbors 200 plus times over the course of the year if he's healthy.
That would be the worst signing in the history of the NFL.
I agree. I strongly agree.
We were just talking about that.
That would be an absolute nonsense signing by the Giants if they actually did that.
So the way this works, Anthony, and for those that haven't done any of these, it's 20 rounds. So it's same setup as BBM in terms of like 1 quarterback hits your lineup, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 1 flex, 1 tight end. So that's the collective. And there's also rookies in this, like Eric mentioned. So this contest is done and closed the day of or prior to the draft filling or the NFL draft being done. So really the only thing that's going to move the rookie ADPs from this point on is going to be their performance in the combine over the next couple of days, specifically like the wide receivers and running backs.
So you have to go in blind, not knowing who they're getting drafted to.
Not only that, but also who's going to rise or fall. Like you could be taking guys like rookie running backs in like round 7 or 8 that run like a 4.7 40 that then go from being drafted in round 7 to then being drafted in round 15 because their draft stock might fall because of a poor combine performance or vice versa.
Yeah, well, in complete fairness, if you're a running back in this year's draft and you run a 4.7 40, you're off my draft board.
I think Cam Scatabo might actually do it on Arizona State.
Yeah, he's just a bruiser, man. He's nice though. I mean, if you watched him during like the college football playoff, I don't think he's going to be a great NFL player, but it's a fun watch. I like him.
I agree. He's a fun watch in college, but I don't think he'll do well in the NFL.
No, I tend to agree.
So you know how I was guiding the NBA stuff? You guys guide this.
I got you.
This is on my league.
So the big question in the first round or two is going to be Ashton Genty. Like, where would you guys want to draft Genty, unknown to what team he's going to, with the players you see on the board so far?
All the way in. Guy is a dog. Wherever.
Oh, really?
Anywhere in the second round is fine.
Interesting.
Wow.
The other interesting pick in the first 2 rounds to me is McCaffrey, because I think McCaffrey is either going to put up like RB1, like 101 type performance, or he's going to be a horrible second round pick that's not going to pay off.
Wow.
Genty goes at 17. What do you think about Genty, Anthony?
I like him. I mean, I think he's a great player, but I don't know. To me, I just don't see like, I don't know. I mean, he can make a Pro Bowl, but I don't know. I just don't see him being like a superstar, like NFL running back.
Really?
It's going to be a hot take.
That is a hot take.
That's interesting. I like that.
I don't know.
To me, this is a clear AJ Brown pick, way past ADP, and a nice pairing with Jefferson to start.
I also like Bucky.
You like Bucky last draft too. We could take Brees Hall if you want to get a running back in round 3.
I like Bucky more.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I think Brees Hall at his ADP is getting drafted at like, I'm not going to say he's going to put up a Saquon type of year, but like Brees Hall last year going at like the 106, 107. Now he's in the middle of the 3rd round. Nobody wants him. It just seems like that's pretty good value.
Also, going back to the McCaffrey thing, we're not going to do the thing with Saquon Barkley where we don't pick him because he has the chance to nuke. So I would pick Christian McCaffrey in the 2nd round.
Yeah, I think I mean, a guy that can literally have the RB1 season, you shouldn't not take any of him. We learned that last year.
Turbo nose ball.
I like our start though. Jefferson and AJ Brown.
Where's
Very nice.
Hurts? Hurts is going later than I thought.
Yeah, he'll probably come back to us, which will be nice.
Me and Turbo on the same page here.
It's a high risk, high reward play, but if it pays off, then you will feel it. So, coming up on the clock here, we have started with Jefferson, AJ Brown. I'm surprised that there's still Terry and Garrett Wilson here, but what do you guys think about who you want to draft next?
Do we want to go running back? We got 2 receivers to start.
It's up to you guys. We probably to me there's a tier break after James Cook, who will go at the end of the 3rd round, so he won't come back to us. Then you get like Mixon and some last year running backs.
I prefer
kind of like that.
We could also do Terry with the division correlation with AJ Brown, and then try to get Daniels. Division correlation, I think, is underrated.
I'd say we should just get Hurts on the way back because he's definitely coming back, and I don't really want Terry without Jaden Daniels.
Okay, that's fair. So started the team: Brees Hall, Justin Jefferson, AJ Brown. All players, fun fact, that were going in round 1 of last year's BBM.
Really?
Wait, how many are you starting again? You're starting.
It's 1 quarterback,
so 1 quarterback, running
2
back,
running
2
backs,
receivers.
3 receivers, 1 flex, and 1 tight end. So out of your running back and wide receiver, you're starting 6 players in total. 2 minimum running backs, 3 minimum receivers.
Okay.
Plus whatever flex that hits after you have those minimum numbers from each position. So Garrett Wilson, Josh Allen, Terry McLaurin go after Brees Hall. Trey McBride goes pretty late relative to where his ADP is. What do you guys think about like the elite tight end? I know Eric and I talked about it a bit last stream, but Anthony, taking Brock Bowers and McBride in like round 2 and 3. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I love both those guys. Honestly, I'm fine with it.
Are you? That's kind of what Eric said too. I don't know.
You're opposed to it?
I just think like where you have to start 6 non-quarterback tight ends every week, like the guy, like you're passing up on, like look at Bowers, like the guys that went after him, like Jonathan Taylor, Jacobs, AJ Brown. Like I would rather have all 3 of those guys over Bowers just from the scarcity of having to start so many people at those positions.
But also think about it this way: I'm more in on McBride than Bowers after thinking about it.
Really?
Because if McBride scored 5 touchdowns last year, he'd be going right next to Bowers. Everyone's just stupid.
Yeah.
Well, how many touchdowns did Bowers have? I don't think he had many. Like 4 or 5. 5. Yeah.
He had 5. Oh, so he actually I think McBride had what? 3?
Could. I mean, hot take, but I think he could double that.
Bowers?
Depending on who his quarterback is.
Yeah, I was gonna say who's his quarterback.
What if they bring in Rodgers? That's a rumor.
Yeah.
He could double
that. Is a rumor.
It's not that far out there. I mean, he's an all-time talent. I mean,
yeah,
he caught 5 last year with who did he really have? He had Minshew and then
Aiden O'Connell.
They have
AOC.
Yeah, O'Connell. Didn't they have Ritter for a game or 2? Am I losing my?
Yeah, they did.
I think for 1 game.
So yeah,
Hurts actually goes with the Devonta Smith drafter in the last pick of round 3, which is kind of annoying, but
terrorist.
It's fine.
Desmond Ritter Eraser.
Desmond Ritter Eraser by Turbo.
That'd be so funny if Jaden Daniels falls. How about
I know.
that?
I tried to tell you. I mean, he won't fall because the guy that drafted Terry is going to take him, but he did actually wind up falling back to him, or at least it looks that way. So, what are your guys' thoughts on the next three receivers here? Jamison Williams, Zay Flowers, and Tet McMillan. Anthony, do you have any thoughts on the rookie? You know,
I like
about
him.
Tet?
Yeah, I like him. I definitely. I mean, well, did he just go?
He just
Yeah,
He did.
All right. Well,
Who do you guys like in this range?
Rasheed Rice and
Interesting
ACL, right?
pick.
I'm out.
ACL
Yeah.
and potential suspension.
I don't hate Jameson.
I love Jamison. He's my most drafted player.
Really?
Oh yeah. I think he is exactly the type of player that you would want that could literally win you a week. And that's all you and that's like really how I'm just
I
drafting.
probably like, and I do like McMillan, but just not knowing his team, which obviously we're not gonna know for this
Right.
contest, I probably would take Jameson over him.
Plus, getting Jameson could set you up with like a Goff Laporta double stack. The way the
Yeah.
ADP works out.
I've heard. I mean, I've run a good amount of drafts, like mock drafts so far, and a lot of people think McMillan could be like the Bucks possibly because Godwin.
I think that's ridiculous.
That would be fun.
It'd
Why do
be
you
fun,
say
but I think it's
ridiculous?
crazy because they already have Mike Evans, Chris Godwin,
Well, the
and
thing
the
is-
emergence of McMillan, Jalen McMillan.
Yeah, the other one. Yeah.
McMillan.
Well, the thing is, I mean, I think that's kind of like people are projecting that as like a for the future type of draft pick, not necessarily like a smash this year. Because I mean, Godwin's coming off injury, and then Evans is going into his age, what I think 32 season, 33. So, trying to just get younger at the wide receiver position. But I hear you; it's a little excessive maybe for this season.
We're on the clock.
Who do you guys like in this spot? I think Houston might actually draft a running back, so I'm kind of scared of Mixon. To me, I'd probably go either Addison or Olave. Actually, I would go Addison with the
They
double.
love Mixon.
I know, but double Jefferson and Addison double stack.
Do you have any consideration? All right, go ahead. Yeah, we got 2 seconds.
It's up to you, Eric.
Oh, it's up to me after you told me who to pick.
Well, I'm just saying, if we want to just double stack Minnesota, that's
Now
the
we
pick
can
you
double
want
stack
to do.
Minnesota, and we have
I
no
also-
idea who the quarterback is.
Kind of like Kenneth Walker a little bit too.
You know who the quarterback is? It's McCarthy.
What about Darnold?
Darnold is done.
Where's he going?
He's gonna probably wind up going. Honestly, I thought he was gonna go to the Raiders. He might go to the Giants. You don't know. He's definitely not staying in Minnesota. There's like a 0% chance.
Yeah, I
of
think
that
they're moving
happening.
on from him.
They're absolutely, especially after how he performed.
He's going to command like 40 mil.
Yeah, they're not. Why would you draft?
The Daniel Jones contract.
Yeah, but they
Why
didn't
would
have
you
somebody
draft
waiting in
JJ
the wings.
McCarthy? You don't draft a quarterback in round one. Trade up to draft a quarterback in round one, only to have him sit behind Sam freaking Darnold.
I don't know. Packers did it. Jordan
Yeah,
Love.
but that was behind Rodgers.
They did it because Love wasn't ready. They only did it for Darnold because McCarthy got injured.
Meniscus repair is not a fun injury to come back from.
That being said, I don't think McCarthy is going to be very good, but I mean, they kind of made their bet already. So
Yeah.
I trust. This is one of those instances where I would trust Kevin O'Connell more
Right.
than
That's
more than the
what I
player.
think, yeah. I mean, Kevin O'Connell made Josh Dobbs look good. So
Right. But yeah, while we're waiting, 11 picks up between our next pick here, I thought it'd be interesting to go through some of the teams that I have the highest exposures to. Number one, Detroit, probably not a surprise after saying that I had Jameson as my highest drafted player. Then I have Green Bay, Houston, Chargers, Miami, and Carolina. I'm big on the Bryce Young train here. Like he's going in like the 150s, and he's got some rushing upside. He finished the year pretty strong the last like 5-6 games. Like he was a solid player, and all the players that you can stack with him are relatively cheap. So I'm big into Bryce Young this year based on the cost.
yeah, I think it's fine. I don't know if I want to take a huge stand on Bryce Young, but I think he's fine.
Yeah. And Turbo, actually kind of reading my mind here. Why take Ted at 45 when you can take Jaden Higgins at 180? I agree. I said to Eric before the stream started a couple hours ago, Jaden Higgins kind of reminds me of like an AJ Brown type of player. Like obviously he's not going to be as good as or dominant as AJ Brown, but he's a big-bodied, strong, quick guy off the line. I really like Jaden Higgins where he's going now. It's basically like a free shot in the dark. where he's like based on his ADP.
Yeah, I just looked him up. He's a finance major, so I'm in.
Ooh, love a good finance, bro. So we're on the
Who else do you have high exposure to?
players or teams.
Give me like your top 3 players.
Let me pull it up. So Jamison Williams, number 1. I have Zach Charbonnet, number 2. James Cook, number 3. Darius Slayton, number 4.
So you definitely wouldn't like Kenneth Walker then, like I said, if you got Charbonnet number 2.
I have Kenneth Walker in 1 draft.
Let's make this pick next. We're on deck.
Oh, Laporta went. That's sad.
Want to go back to running back or?
I think Travion Henderson could be good. Did Judkins already go?
No, he's there.
Oh, okay.
No,
I like
Henderson's
Judkins
better.
a lot too.
I'm okay with
Henderson. I like this.
All right, let's
Eric?
do it.
Thoughts? Okay.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Turbo says, I know.
Yeah, you know well. Anthony, what do you think Darius Slayton's ADP is?
Darius Slayton?
Yeah.
Based on that reaction.
Anthony's like, I haven't thought about Darius Slayton in 6 months.
Yeah. I mean, like pick number or like round?
Just give me an estimate. He's not. Keep in mind, he's not under contract with the Giants anymore, and he's probably not coming back.
I think he's going to go to Washington, to be honest.
14th round?
20th. Last round.
Yeah.
Last pick in every
Really?
draft. Makes no sense.
People are going to be surprised that he's good. I'm telling you.
Why are they surprised? He puts up like 750 yards on the Giants every year.
Yeah.
He's a freaking Hall of Famer with those numbers on that team.
He also tells Malik.
Wait, so you're saying it should be a lot higher than that, right, Brian?
Yeah, absolutely. He should be like a 13th or 14th round pick.
Yeah, I was going to say that's.
I agree with your estimate. I'm right there with you.
I got to see who else when we get to the 14th round. That's what I said. I got to see who else is going at that time. Yeah, I mean, I thought Slayton. I mean, I think he's pretty solid. Like, I don't think he's that bad.
Oh, don't ruin the team with Ayuk.
What do you guys?
If you want to take Ayuk, you can, because we took Pierce all over Ayuk last draft.
What do you think, Anthony?
Really?
Yeah.
No, I would definitely take Ayuk over Pierce, though. And I say that as a big Florida Gator fan.
What was this? Do you have an ACL?
But
yeah.
Oh, I don't want that.
Oh, well.
You want McMillan instead.
Shakir.
Oh.
Speaking of ruining the team.
Oh, that was such a good team until that pick.
What if we trade for Josh Allen?
We got to pick him up off waivers.
Yeah, then we could be back.
Oh, that's so sad. Shakir is a good player, but in
He
this,
just got extended, didn't he?
Yeah, 4 years, $96 million, I believe. But in this format, he just doesn't help you much. Like, unless he scores 2 touchdowns, he's gonna have what 6?
You're never gonna crack your lineup. Yeah,
9 points. Like, that's not gonna win you the week.
It might. Never know.
No, I hope it doesn't, because that means that something happened in the NFL. So, Eric, why don't you recap the team through the first 7 rounds here?
So we have Brees, Travion Henderson, Justin Jefferson, A.J. Brown, Jamison Williams, Jordan Addison, and Khalil Shakir.
So, Anthony, since I know you haven't done any of these yet, what I've found to be the best construction of the team in terms of like number of players per position, the most people will do 3 quarterbacks, 6 running backs, 8 wide receivers, and 3 tight ends. So 3-6-8-3. I've actually found doing either 2-7-9-3 or 2-6-10-3. So basically two quarterbacks is not bad. If you go early on a quarterback, Purdy and Goff, Purdy and Kyler, to me, I don't think you need to draft like a late round quarterback like a Kirk Cousins just to have, or a Derek Carr. I think it's a waste of time.
I couldn't disagree more.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, not to counter what you're saying, but 2 quarterbacks just makes me nervous.
I don't know. If you're investing that much capital in them, what's the point of taking Derek Carr in your last round?
A third
but like, what if
a third out in the playoffs?
What if one of your quarterbacks blows out his knee? Then you're relying on one guy the whole year.
Well, then that team's probably not going to win, and I'll accept it.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess it's just a risk tolerance thing. So Goff goes. That's sad.
Yeah. Well, what quarterback? We don't have any quarterback right now, do we?
Not yet, but this is the round we're gonna have to start taking one.
Yeah, I was gonna say
it gets nasty quick.
Yeah.
This guy R. Houston just cooked up an incredible team. By the way.
Oh, so 3 quarterbacks. That's what you guys want, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with Turbo.
Why 3 quarterbacks that early?
Because he doesn't know what he's doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Turbo said he feels that he does always want 3 quarterbacks rather than 3 tight ends. Yeah, I think that's fair. Quarterbacks, if they hit, will score 20 plus points. Tight ends might get by with like 10.
You read the manifesto. The manifesto says 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah, well, the manifesto is not something to be taken literally. Like there's exceptions. There's exceptions to the rule, and I'm somebody who will actually think for themselves and tell you my opinion.
No.
So my opinion is if I draft 2 early quarterbacks, if I draft Josh Allen and then Brock Purdy, what is the reason to draft a 3rd quarterback on that team? Because if either of them get hurt, the team's dead, and it's stupid to take a 3rd one.
Not really. You could win with if Brock Purdy gets hurt with Josh Allen.
What's that? It's smart to do that?
Is it smart to have Brock Purdy get hurt? No.
Is it smart to have 3 quarterbacks when you already invested 2 sub 10 round picks with them?
Yes,
okay, I guess that's like a fundamental difference.
The 3rd stack.
Yeah, I guess so.
The 3rd stack is huge. I'm telling you, it's so important. You should be drafting, especially this early when you don't know what's going to happen over the offseason. You really want 3 quarterbacks. Says this team sucks. Push the play and just do another multi. No, that wasn't our team. I hope he thinks that the 3 quarterback team was ours. That's not our team.
That is not our team, Tunya. So we're on the clock coming up. Breece Hall, Travion Henderson, Justin Jefferson, AJ Brown, JMO to start. I like Matthew Golden. I think he's going to rise after his 40 time. We might want to consider, well, what quarterbacks are available for the teams we have here?
Purdy, Caleb Williams, Jordan Love.
No, no one here.
Nothing exciting.
I'd probably go Golden.
You guys like Charbonnet? We can probably get him on the way back, though.
He's my 2nd drafted player, yeah.
Do you guys think Tyreek Hill is dead? Washed? Dunzo?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Really?
Done.
Yeah, dude. He was the what did I hear? The fastest, the fastest speed he got up to at any point in the season was like 19th compared to everyone else in the NFL. Like this year,
really?
Last year, yeah, like his actual speed just like decreased. Like I know it was like the wrist and that sort of thing, and I'm sure that was a legitimate injury, but he actually was like materially slower in 2024 than in years past. I don't know if you get that back.
So undraftable for you?
In the 2nd round, I'm not excited to take him.
Derek Carr probably adds more to your team than round 18 than Chigakwanko over the season. Yeah, this is kind of where I'm at too.
That's fair.
Plus, you get more upside with the stack because like if the quarterback does well, probably one of his pass catchers who you have is doing well too.
Yeah. I do have some Derek Carr, Chris Olave, like Juwan Johnson teams that like I just pick Carr at the end to have the 3rd. I don't know. I'd say in general it's better to have 3, but I mean it's not. I don't think it's the worst thing to mix in 2 quarterback teams.
I don't know. If you have 20 rounds though, I'd rather just do the 3 quarterbacks, even if it's like a last round quarterback.
Yeah, that's fair. Last round quarterbacks are going to be like nasty players though. So,
Tyler Warren.
2-6 build.
Very fun.
I like these 2.
Yeah, I like both of them. There is some depth at tight end, but I do think Warren will also Warren's going to be a good player. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony, break the tie. Tyler Warren or Charbonnet?
Can we go Warren?
Okay.
I think Warren a lot.
Draft a dinger next. That's the MLB playoff best ball or the MLB best ball. No, I'm good. Boy. No thanks.
Although we are doing some research on MLB stuff, or at least Gumby has been trying to do some analysis on some of the inefficiencies that are going on in these MLB streets.
So I made a whole sheet for the MLB best ball, and I realized that I accidentally downloaded the early playoff best ball rankings, so it didn't have like 40 players. So I was like, you know what, I'll just do this at a later time, and I gave up. So
close, but no cigar.
Yeah, and it had this guy Luis Rengifo at 170. So
impressive.
But I bet no one's ever heard of him because I haven't.
I haven't heard of him. I don't really know much. I watch. We're Yankee fans, so I know a lot about the Yankees, but that's not a sport like the NFL where I just enjoy watching other teams that I don't have any interest in.
Isn't he an outfielder? I thought he was an outfielder on like either the A's or the Angels.
I think he's
be wrong,
second baseman on the Angels.
Oh, second base on the Angels.
Yeah.
All right.
Of course.
Yeah, and then Easy, who's like the MLB like sheets guy, he said that
Is he?
That was the worst pick of all time.
That's impressive.
Yeah, I know he projects well and also plays a lot of playoff games. So like, what more do you want?
Yeah. So our team right now through what is this? 9 rounds. Brees Hall, Travion Henderson, wide receiver. We got Justin Jefferson, AJ Brown, Jamison Williams, Jordan Addison, Khalil Shakir, and Matthew Golden. And then at tight end we have Tyler Warren. I actually really like this team a lot.
I think we just won. We should just press the plane. It's over. We win.
That's what the people want. I am surprised that a lot of running backs are still on the board. Are there any late round non-rookie running backs that you guys like? Some of the ones that I like, Rashad White, I'm a fan. Tajay Spears, I like, although not as much. Now that the Titans said that they expect to draft a running back. I think Blake Corum is interesting, and I like the San Francisco guys in Garendo and Jordan Mason.
You like
Jordan
Kendre?
Mason's? What's that?
You like Kendre?
Oh, I'm a big Kendre guy as well. Yes,
he's on every team you send me.
He's. I mean, Kendre Miller is so good. If he could just stay healthy, which is a huge ask, I understand. He's the best. I think he's one of the more talented running backs. If he could just like not get killed every game he plays.
Where's Tyreek Hill being drafted?
End of the second.
Oh wow, he got picked at 16.
Wow, that is early.
I would not do that.
His ADP is around like 23 to 25.
Interesting.
Tunya wants to know, Anthony, who's going to win the NCAA tourney? Haven't watched the game.
Auburn.
Yeah, I mean Auburn's the best team.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, and I think Gumby, even Brian, you guys might be some Duke fans, right?
No, I hate Duke.
Oh no,
I'm okay with Duke. I like Duke.
I'm telling you right now, I have a weird suspicion Duke's going to get bounced somewhat early.
Really?
I'm just telling you. Yeah, I'm just telling you because the ACC is like historically bad for like the ACC conference. Like it's bad. Like it's easily like out of all of the power conferences, like it's by far like the worst. And like I'm pretty sure they're only going to get right now 3, maybe 4 out of 16 teams in the tournament. Where just to comparison's sake, the SEC is going to probably set the record this year with like 12. So I don't know.
Wow.
I just have a weird suspicion Duke's going to get bounced early. Auburn's really good. You know what, Tunya? Just to give you a clear answer on your question, I'm going to go with a first-time champion. I'm going to say Houston.
I like Houston.
Ooh.
Houston's fun.
I
always like them. They play good defense and shoot a lot of threes.
I like Alabama, but their defense sucks. They give up like I actually was looking at it today. I'm kind of a weirdo. I was looking at it today, and their defense is ranked like 320 out of 360, like in all of Division I college basketball for points a game.
What do we think about Tank Bigsby?
He was one of the worst running backs by all metrics. I liked him more than I thought I would, and then I looked at the metric. I was like, "Oh, this guy's not good."
Yeah,
Tajay Spears.
I think we could push him more.
I mean, we don't have like it's the 10th round. It doesn't really matter. Get your guys at this point.
Yeah, I like Keenan Allen. I think people think he's dead. I don't.
He's dead, so we're not going to pick him.
That's the kind of player you want to go after.
We like Bateman though. I thought didn't you say you like Bateman towards the end of the year? He was coming on strong.
He was. Yeah, he's the problem with him is that maybe it's a solution for a contest like this is that he only scores touchdowns. Like he'll never have like 100-yard game, but he could have a 50-yard game with 2 touchdowns, which is honestly what you need in this contest.
Well, he is kind of he's the deep threat, pretty much.
Yeah,
he is.
That's really not. That's really not Zay Flowers' game. So,
I wish they would let him work down the field a little bit more. Zay Flowers. I think he could be good down the field. The problem is he's just so tiny.
Yeah, he's a small dude.
But so is Worthy, and he does fine.
Yeah, but I think Worthy has like next level like top end speed. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
I think Flowers is fast and he's twitchy. Worthy's probably one of the fastest players like in the league.
He's probably like top 5, at least offensive player.
I think so. Yeah.
We're gonna get boxed out at quarterback if we don't take one soon.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
We may want to look at quarterbacks and see who we can stack here. Well, we're gonna get McCarthy, that's for
Oh,
sure.
it's getting ugly.
It's
As soon as I saw you click on Anthony Richardson, I knew it was getting ugly.
I actually am not opposed to drafting Richardson at this late in the draft.
I mean, that ADP is wrong. That is
ADP 144
incorrect.
is insane. This guy broke the slate 3 weeks of the 9 weeks that he started this year.
I mean,
Or
like,
last
also,
year.
I like Dak. I like Stroud.
Yeah, but who are you going to pair with Dak without CD? You're going to take Jake Ferguson?
He's probably won already, no?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do Dak and Ferg.
Okay. Not inspiring.
All right. What's up, JMC? Let me give away some alpha. Here's how to win all your NCAA brackets. You go to kenpom.com, and then you pick a team that has in the top 30 offensive and defensive rating, and there you go. That's how you win. So that leaves us with Auburn, Duke, Florida, Houston, Texas Tech, Clemson,
Purdue.
Maryland, Iowa State, Louisville, and Tennessee. There you go. That's your pool.
That's how you win every year?
That's how I win every year. And then I also look at like
KenPom. Don't laugh. KenPom is like
KenPom's the man.
insanely accurate.
Yeah, it
I've
is.
never heard of
If you- if-
KenPom.
No, if you follow KenPom, like you will do well in your bracket.
Yeah.
I usually don't because I just like to be like a ball knower. But like I know that I'm doing the wrong thing. Like I know I'm making a bad choice, but I just can't help myself. But no, KenPom is very accurate.
Yeah. And then like I'll look at that. Like those are the teams that I will pick from, like my pool, and then I'll just like look at like who plays the best defense and then who shoots the most threes, and that's it.
That's fair.
Are you going by who shoots the most threes or like who makes and shoots the most threes?
Well, if a team is efficient on offense on KenPom and they're shooting a lot of threes, I'm assuming they're also making a lot of threes.
right.
So
Probably a safe assumption.
yeah.
So we're on the clock in 11 picks. We should make sure that we queue up Ferg just so that we don't get sniped on him. But I'm thinking we probably will want to go JJ McCarthy and then Ferg with our next 2 picks here just to ensure the stack. Especially
Yeah,
with the
that
double
works
we
for me.
have. Also, I think Dallas Goedert's ADP at 124 is pretty wild. I think that's low. Like he just went in the 12th round in this draft. I think he's a talented tight end who has the ability to score touchdowns on a high-powered offense.
Louisville, the homeland. I didn't know you were.
Oh,
Louisville.
James, he's a Kentucky guy. Okay.
It's nice that Louisville basketball is back though, man. They were like the worst team in Division I a couple of years ago.
What do you guys
Yeah.
think about St. John's? Speaking of Louisville,
Dude, the Johnnies, yeah. I love it.
They're fun. They're fun. I watched them.
Yeah,
play
it's
this
fun.
time.
It's fun when like St. John's is good. Like there's certain teams like I think like in like pro sports you don't get this as much, but like in college sports, like college football, college basketball, you do. Like there's certain teams, like certain schools, like the sport is better when like that team is good. Like in the NFL, like
Yeah.
the NBA, like maybe you could say like the Lakers, I guess, or like I don't know, like maybe like the Packers in the NFL or something like that. But like in college sports, like when certain teams are good, like the sport is just better. Like I'm like a Syracuse native, obviously, grew up in Syracuse, and like Syracuse basketball right now is like literally in the shitter, and like it's just not like as fun. Like Syracuse needs to be like good.
yeah. And this guy, can we click on that guy's team that took McCarthy? I just want to make sure he has no Minnesota guys.
Nope, he has none.
None. Okay, good. Yeah, what a great pick there, buddy. Really helping your cause. So we're gonna have to pivot. I see JMC's question. We'll answer it after we make our pick here.
Let's do
Okay.
Ferg and then Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, we could do Ferg and Bryce Young too if we wanted to stack, because like Anthony Richardson, you're not gonna be able to stack him with anybody.
That's okay. You don't need to stack Anthony Richardson.
You don't think so? You don't
He's-
want to have
yep.
any Josh Downs or Pittman on your team?
They're gone, aren't they?
Yeah, that's my point. But
Yeah,
Bryce
I
Young,
mean,
you
we
have
don't need
Jalen Coker and Jatavian Sanders still left.
That's not inspiring.
No, but it's not inspiring. But it's a double stack with a 15th round pick that you could take.
Yeah. JMC says, how much Bowers and McBride would you guys want to have out of 150 big boards?
Not many for me. We talked about this a little bit last week, and we talked about it in the second or third round when it was going on in this draft. But Bowers to me, early to mid second round, like you're just passing up on so many good players that, like, the tight end is widely known as the position that doesn't, contribute the most to your team for the most part. Like, unless you're expecting Bowers or McBride to put up like a 1,300 10 touchdown season, I don't know if you're going to want any of these guys. So it's tough to want to. It's a tough click for me.
This is where I'm at. I might have no Laporta Hawk, very little Andrews. Rather take Bowers, McBride, or punt to the Warren Njoku range. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly how I feel about it. Because, like I was saying, I'll probably have more Bowers than McBride, just because, like I said before, if McBride scored touchdowns last year, he would be going right next to Bowers. That's the only reason he's going around later.
So you'd have more McBride. You're saying?
Yeah, I would rather have McBride because he can just get the same production later.
And he's around cheaper.
And also, I love Warren. Love it.
Yeah.
No, you're a big Warren guy, huh?
I am. Are we going to be upset if I take Anthony Richardson?
No, it's fine. We could take Alec Pierce and Adonai Mitchell.
Oh, my God.
What? Alec Pierce, I actually think
Pierce
is not
kind of good.
Oh.
Yeah, he's kind of good.
Okay. All right, whatever. Yeah, Tunya says Alec Pierce too, so.
Smart man.
I mean, speaking of deep threats, like we talked about with Bateman, I mean, this guy he catches like 50-yard touchdowns every other week.
He does. Look at his numbers.
That might be his only catch of the game, but hey.
You'll be surprised at Alec Pierce's numbers if you looked at his full season production from last year. You could click on it in the queue.
I have a take.
Okay.
I'm going to walk back a take from last week.
Oh, I love that because that usually means that I was right.
I think I'm in on Travis Hunter.
Ooh, that is interesting.
You were out on him before? He's like, wait a second.
Anthony's like, I didn't allow that.
Well, like what? Just as like for this format, or just as an NFL player?
For this format, I like. Apparently, everyone sees him as a wide receiver. This is news to me. I thought
everyone other than the Browns.
This is
the
news
Browns
to me.
GM. The Browns GM said that they think him as more of a cornerback.
His ADP is 128. I mean, if teams are going to play him at receiver, his ADP is terrible. He should be going like the 5th round.
I feel like it's going to be one of those things where like maybe like early in the year he just plays more corner, but then like he's just going to earn more snaps like as a receiver. I think eventually he's going to. I don't know. I feel like I would play him at receiver. It's just more longevity.
What position in the NFL, not in fantasy, but what position is more coveted on NFL teams? A lockdown corner or a wide receiver?
Wide receiver.
No.
Yes.
No. Travis Hunter's going to be a cornerback.
Look where the top receivers are being drafted in the NFL draft, and look where the top cornerbacks are. Receivers always go first.
I don't think so. I have no Travis Hunter, and I'm fine to make that bet. Like if this guy, if he plays 22% of the snaps, gets every target he runs on all the routes, like he's gonna have 10 points a week. Like congratulations, I could get that in the last round with Darius Slayton.
I have to side with Gumby on this one.
Yeah. This is what Easy was saying too. He's like people are drafting in February and they're not picking generational Travis Hunter. They're fading generational player for no reason.
Well, the reason is that he's not going to score points because he's on the wrong side of the ball.
Well, that was my take, and then now he's going to play receiver. Apparently,
I think he's going to play receiver.
If he is,
if that's true. If he actually does play receiver, he's the best pick on the board where he's going right now.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, and that's why. But remember our lessons learned video, Brian. You don't fade someone for their 90th percentile.
In today's NFL, like a guy who's capable of being that good of a player at wide receiver, like it's hard to play corner in today's NFL. Like when he's that good of a receiver, which he has proven to be, like I don't know how you like for the full season, like just don't let him play wide receiver.
He's gonna be a cornerback. I'm telling you. He'll play the majority of snaps. I'll make a bet with anyone. The majority of his snaps throughout the whole 2025 season will be more on defense than offense.
That's incredible, but that means nothing for best ball. He could still be a great best ball pick. So we'd rather have Stephon Diggs 100% of the time over Travis Hunter. Like he's not much better than Rashad Bateman. Like no, he's a fine pick. I changed my mind.
It's just tough to get behind that because if he plays 20% of the snaps on offense, it's going to be a wasted pick.
Also, did you guys see the thing that like the NFL might be moving like the touchback to like the 35 or something?
I saw that.
Like if that happens, like That's just ridiculous.
People a couple weeks ago were asking, like, does he get points for pick sixes? Like, if you're asking to get points for pick sixes, he's not the guy to pick.
Do we want Alec Pierce here?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Jordan Whittington. That's crazy. People are clicking Jordan fucking Whittington.
Well, without Cup, the argument is that somebody has to get targets other than Puka.
Get ready to learn Puka Nakua.
Tutu Atwell.
Yeah. Turbo says I have like no Travis Hunter. Let the cards fall. They may. Yeah, if you've done a lot, I get that. I probably wouldn't have taken him either. And then JMC says it's wide receiver statistically wrong.
I think NFL teams value a lockdown corner more than they do a receiver. We'll see. Well, I mean, honestly, like,
look at the salaries too.
What's that?
Look at the salaries. They pay receivers. No one pays cornerbacks.
Yeah, that's fair.
Now, I think the idea of having like a lockdown like corner, like it being like essential for like a Super Bowl worthy team is kind of like, I don't know, like late 90s, early 2000s, like NFL thinking. I just don't think that's true. I mean, like,
that's what we said about running back, and then fucking Saquon Barkley ruined my life.
I mean, really, like when you even look at like the Eagles, like their defense wasn't dominating because like, oh, they had like a lockdown corner. It was like their defensive line.
Well, they just had a lockdown defense.
I'm suggesting something.
True.
Yeah. Oh,
He's gonna start somewhere. He might re-sign with the Vikings, and we have the stack anyway.
I would go Garendo.
He's gonna play. Yeah.
We need running back help desperately.
Yeah.
What do we got for
to save us?
Garendo could save us. Yeah.
All right. I guess the
you got to go with the Raz guy, man.
I got outvoted.
I mean,
Kyle Shanahan loves.
Everyone knows you have to take the 8th string running back on the Niners.
That's the most coveted backup role in football.
Everyone knows you have to take the third stringer on the practice squad from the Niners.
Dude, we saw Garendo. You know, Garendo's an explosively fast player. That's the guy that you want, especially if there's questions about McCaffrey's durability the rest of the year.
Let's pick this guy. I think he was on the Niners.
Yeah, he was.
Tyrion Davis Price. Yeah, let's pick him.
I can't believe you knew that.
I just pulled that out of my ass. That was crazy.
Wow, yeah, because he's not in the spreadsheets.
He's not. I remove him because his projection is NA. he messes my sorting.
Turbo
JMC likes Whittington. Interesting.
Get ready to learn Puka Nakua.
Yeah, true. So true.
Oh, I don't know about that, Turbo. Highest drafted quarterback on a guy that you don't even know what team he's playing for? That doesn't seem right.
I think I'm with Turbo. Me and Turbo are on the same page. We're in the same boat here.
What can go wrong?
He's going to start somewhere. Someone's going to pay him a lot of money to start.
Yeah, but when you're trying to make these contests, like you almost, unless you have a real strong lean one way or another, you're just taking shots at diversifying who you think Darnold is going to play for. Like the team that wins this is going to have a team that goes off with like two double stacks on the team. Like if you're just picking Darnold, you're just hoping that you guess right wherever he lands.
I mean, but yeah, it's not like anyone else is going to know. Like by the time the contest closes, what
no,
going to be on. So it's not like we're going up against teams who know it. Like so, you're not really competing against stacked teams with Darnold.
No, but you're competing against stacked teams with known quarterbacks like Goff, Amon-Ra, Laporta. Like you're competing with other teams that you know who the quarterbacks are, and Darnold is just an extra shot in the dark that you hope to build right.
Yeah, that's fair, but I don't know. I still think he's going way too late.
Darnold is going to come back to us. I'm almost convinced of that.
Darnold
just as he says it.
Jinx.
Poetic justice is served.
You know what? I'm glad he did because I didn't want him anyway.
I want him so bad. I want him so bad.
All right.
There's still a couple of other options out there. I think Geno is also pretty underpriced. People forget that he actually scores fantasy points.
I like Geno. That's a good call.
Yeah.
It's funny because like it's just like funny to see this. Like Geno goes in like round 15 or 16, and yet JSN is a 3rd round pick, Metcalf is a 4th round pick, Walker's a 4th round pick, and Charbonnet's a 7th round pick. It's like all these guys are top 7 round picks, and yet Geno is just like one of the last quarterback drafted.
This is the last message I wanted to receive. I mean, like starting quarterbacks there's like 3 of them left, so
I would take Jackson Dart.
No.
I kind of like Jackson Dart. I'm kind of
really.
Yeah, Jackson Dart. Talk about a random guy that you hope ends up on a good team.
Not going to be a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Yes, he will.
He'll go in the 1st round.
He's going to go to the Jets, and we'll have Brees Hall stacked with it.
All right, I'm in. I'm making the executive decision, the executive order.
Anthony is like visibly distraught after that pick.
All right, let's see how
You
much
don't like
Howard
Jackson
we
Dart,
have.
Anthony?
I
You
do
don't think he's
not.
going to do well?
No, I don't like him. I think it's Ole Miss quarterback, Lane Kiffin offense. I don't see the traits.
I have 0, Hallie.
Well,
Literally
that's
0.
impressive.
So, how many points does he have? How many points do you have, JMC? No on Sam Darnold, but yes on Dart, 189. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, he's the type of guy. He's gonna look so good in shorts. Like he's gonna steam up so hard.
That to me, the Dart pick was more about closing line value than it was about a specific player.
Yeah, we'll see.
Ooh, Jaden Higgins.
Oh yeah, who was that guy you wanted? Was this the guy?
It was Higgins, but Mitchell with the double with Richardson though.
We're not double stacking Anthony Richardson.
With 2 deep threats, why not?
Not allowing it.
Well, you had him queued up the whole draft.
Well, because if we didn't get the other guy, we didn't get Alec Pierce. Also, we got to keep a spot for Darius Slayton. Don't forget.
Well, we should start taking some running backs soon because
Yeah,
we
already have like 9 receivers.
Yeah, we have 8
We have
receivers.
8. We should probably finish with 2 more running backs, to be fair, and then maybe one more receiver.
We have 3 picks.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying this might be a 2 tight end team.
Yeah, I'm cool with 2 tight ends.
Who are some of the running backs you guys like if you queue up who might be available?
This is rough.
Yeah,
Wow,
There's a couple guys that I like.
it's not inspiring.
I have a couple guys that I like.
I mean, at this point, I probably just take rookies and hope they get drafted to a good spot.
Bayshell
Yeah.
Tootin is going to run the 40 well, I suspect.
I think Woody Marks is kind of good.
Woody Marks is great on tape. Yeah, I watched his highlights. I was like, damn, this guy is kind of quick.
The guy in Around the Horn?
No, that's Woody Page. He's like 90.
And then I don't know if you guys know or care, but Dane Brugler, who is pretty much the guy that like has the closest. No, Dane Brugler, wow, is the guy who reports on the NFL. And
I was like, who the fuck is this guy? What's his ADP?
and he's undrafted, and he has Jordan James as like a top 50 prospect, and he's basically going undrafted as well.
Jordan Mason.
What's the argument? Give me something. I was like, how do you spell his fucking Brugler? I was like, I guess it's Dave.
You know, I set you up for that on accident. I should have said like, hey, this NFL analyst, Dane Brugler,
Yeah.
who has like arguably the best set of rankings going into the NFL draft and is the most plugged in, has Jordan James as like a top 60 prospect on his team.
Yeah, that would be nice to know.
Yeah.
I mean, we're at this point, it's throwing darts. We're just picking names.
Yeah, I mean, the guys that I think will probably rise the most, Jordan James, Woody Marks, and scroll down a bit. People like LaQuint Allen, LaQuinta Allen.
You could take Travis Etienne's brother, Trevor.
My mom likes him.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
she just said that right before the stream.
I mean, when can you go wrong with a Georgia guy? Seriously, when can you steer wrong with a Georgia guy?
Do we want to do Jalen Tolbert instead of Slayton?
Probably just for the double.
That's disappointing.
Although Tolbert is not an inspiring pick at all.
I know it's. I'd rather not. I think Darius Slayton's a better pick.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think Cooks is also done, by the way, to answer Cover's question.
I agree. I wouldn't pick Cooks. I would do
31-year-old lost all of his juice a year or two ago. Not somebody I would want.
This guy follows Dane Brugler.
I mean, this guy just simply knows, what NFL prospects are looking for. People aren't as high on Woody Marks, but I actually liked him looking at his stuff.
In his tape, yeah.
Yeah. And our boy Kendre, I'm a Kendre guy.
Where did Woody Marks go to college?
USC.
Yes. Good job, Anthony. I didn't know you knew that.
Yeah. I watched some college ball.
Albatross. That's the golf contest.
Oh God.
Do we
Ooh, we
want
get
to
Kendre. Yeah, I'll take
Kendre?
Kendre. This team needs upside.
Yeah, let's pick the player who scored 50 points in the past 2 seasons.
Well, he scored those 50 points in like 3 games.
Like, he looked real cool while doing it.
He did, and he scored a touchdown against the Giants, week 17, 16.
What do you got? Jalen Milroe? I don't think he'll probably not. I don't know. Maybe
He's so bad.
Anthony,
so bad.
tell me your favorite rookie other than Genty.
Oh, like seriously, my favorite rookie? Like for offense?
Yeah.
Probably Warren.
Really?
Yeah, no, I think Warren's going to be nasty.
I
don't know. I mean, like, I know that he can play, like, he can do a little bit of everything. Like, that's what they say. Like, I don't know, like, how much of that's going to translate to the NFL, but I mean,
he's a sick player.
Even if he just straight up plays tight end, like, I think he's going to be nasty. Yeah.
Many people are saying he's our generation's Travis Hunter.
Ooh. Tyler Warren and David Njoku are both tied for my top drafted tight ends.
Also, I kind of like Justice Hill.
Yeah, the problem with Hill is that he just signed a contract with, he re-signed with Baltimore. Maybe it's not a problem.
He played like half the snaps.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, I'm okay with that. But yeah, I honestly I think we're honestly good at wide receiver. Like, I mean, the odds of Darius Slayton hitting our lineup with the 7 other guys we have.
Darius Slayton's good. He's the best player we're going to get this late. That's for sure. That's a fact.
I agree. Ooh, I forgot about this guy. I have another hot take. I think Tez Johnson is a very good football player. He is 150 pounds, but he is lightning.
Oh, that's a guy from Oregon, right? Yeah.
He reminds me of Tank Dell, man. He is fast. And I hated Tank Dell.
He is
shifty.
Slim,
he is
slim
like
guy.
a skinnier, faster Zay Flowers. That's how I would describe him. He is a fun watch on watch his highlights after this, Eric. You will be like, why did I not take Tez Johnson? And you know what? We don't even need a receiver. We shouldn't draft a receiver, but I like him.
Running back. We'll see what falls. We got some time. 13 picks.
Tez Johnson is going to be so fun. I think he's going to run the 40 tomorrow. I'm excited to see what he does.
It's going to be very fast.
It's getting so because Underdog NFL sends out notifications if you like set them up on Twitter. And they just kept sending out 40 times. I couldn't take it anymore, so I turned it off. It's like, I don't care about this blocking tight ends fucking 40 times. Sorry.
If you cared, maybe you would have. If you kept them on, you may have known that Dane Brugler was actually a reporter, not a player.
I would have. It's definitely possible.
That might be the best moment in 2025 on the stream so far.
Probably.
Amazing. Really, really good stuff. That's what the people want. And thank you for those as we wrap up our final pick. Thank you for those that have stayed with us the full hour and a half. Anyone that has watched this or is still watching, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed. It really helps out the channel grow, and we appreciate all of your support as always. Tez Johnson goes. That's unfortunate, but probably for the better. That's a handsome man.
It's my boy Dane Brugler.
I mean, he could be an NFL player.
He could.
He's like a Cooper Kupp lad McConkey.
Yeah.
First guy in, last guy out.
Yeah.
Pro's pro.
Grinder.
Lunch bell guy.
Mm-hmm.
Big locker room guy.
Sneaky fast.
Yeah, I've literally never heard of that guy in my life. So
really, that's surprising. I've heard of him years ago. I haven't really had a need to follow him as closely. But he does have like pretty reliable stuff.
Not grinding micro edges, SMH. Yeah, I got enough micro edges in my life, if you know what I'm saying.
Woody Marks.
Still there, yeah.
That's not promising. No one wants him.
No, the problem nobody wants him is because Davis said that he was horrible. So I looked into it. I was like, this guy's actually pretty good.
If it makes you feel better, Davis doesn't win anything, so.
That does make me feel better, actually.
Did he really say that?
Yeah, he said Woody Marks is horrible, and that the only reason he has a high projection is because apparently somebody who works at Underdog went to the same school as him.
That's funny.
So now I was just curious, so I just looked into him. I was like, oh, this guy actually has a little bit of juice to him. So I was pleasantly
I thought he was
surprised.
a good player at USC. Yeah, I watched him a few times.
And as long as he's not a quarterback from USC, he shouldn't bust.
Right. Yeah. Very true.
I mean, we got sniped on our USC quarterback,
Who?
Sam Darnold.
Oh. I thought you were talking about. I went to Caleb Johnson.
Yeah.
Oh,
Caleb
Darius
Caleb
Slayton
Johnson.
goes ball knower.
That's fine. That's probably for the best.
It's disappointing.
Will Shipley is also fun if Saquon doesn't have the same year he had.
Yeah, we're
He's
just
20
gonna.
This guy's 24. He's an old man. He should be retired.
Who?
Put him on Medicare. Put him in the nursing home.
Who's he
He's
saying? 24. Who?
Oh, Woody Marks, son of a
sniped. Oh,
bitch.
it's over for us.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean that's an old rookie, but
if we need
I
running
think
back,
Najee was like 24 when he came into the league.
yeah, look how that worked out.
Yeah. I mean, it worked out so well that I have a shirt about it.
I've never heard of Jaden Blue, so I would not encourage that pick.
He was the backup on Texas.
Oh,
Yes.
I don't know much about
Go the
ETN, to be
Georgia guy.
fair.
Go the Georgia guy.
We'll take ETN. All right. Anyone want to read off this monstrosity?
It's a fun team. It's a fun team. Quarterbacks, we have Dak, Anthony Richardson, and Jackson Dart. Running backs, Brees Hall, Travion Henderson, Tajay Spears, Isaac Guerrero, Kendre Miller, Justice Hill, Trevor Etienne. It's an interesting running back room. I think Henderson could really have some like significant upside if he goes to the right spot. And then wide receivers. Scroll down, please.
Sorry.
Wide receivers, this is our strength. Justin Jefferson, AJ Brown, J-Mo, Jordan Addison, Khalil Shakir, Matthew Golden, Alec Pierce, and the next AJ Brown of Jaden Higgins. And then Tyler Warren and Jake Ferguson at the tight end spot. It's a fun team. I wish we didn't get sniped on McCarthy. That kind of ruined it for me. But I like the players that we drafted for the most part.
Yeah, I'm deeply
hindsight-
concerned about our quarterback situation.
Oh,
I'm
see,
gonna
I'm
keep it
concerned about our
100
running backs. I would have rather
And
had
Matt,
like
and
Brian
Matt.
Robinson instead of Matthew Golden.
I think Washington's another one that's going to draft a running back in this year.
Maybe.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, and he was talking about Woody, who was 24.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Any closing thoughts? What did we learn? We learned that Travis Hunter is a good pick unless he's not, and he might not be, but he also could be.
He's the highest upside. You know what? If you want to look at it from like a risk reward point of view, the odds of the guy you're drafting in like round 11 hitting your lineup or getting a 0 from him versus being like a top 20 wide receiver, it's probably worth it to have some shares.
Here's the best way I can explain it. The upside is like asymmetric, right? So like if he doesn't hit the team, you don't have to pay any more money. You just lose the entry fee. You lose $10 or whatever it is. If he does hit, asymmetric upside, he wins you $1 million.
Yeah, don't draft to advance, draft to win.
Yeah, exactly. Not financial advice. Gumby, you gonna win hoops tonight? No, I have 50% Josh Hart.
Ooh.
Any other thoughts? Closing NFL, NBA, hot takes?
No, I'm excited to do a stream once we have some more information on the rookies after the combine the next couple of days. I'll be following it closely to see. I think Isaiah Bond is going to run a sub 4.2 40. That's what he said at least, which is wild. He was a teammate with Xavier Worthy.
Yes.
And immediately after Worthy broke the record, he's like, I'm going to break that. I'm going to run a 4.1. So I would not be surprised if he did. I think Jaden Higgins is going to rise. I think Bayshell Tootin will probably rise, running back. And I think Jordan James is going to rise. So we'll see. It's exciting stuff.
And I think Jackson Dart is going to be this year's Will Levis. He's going to look sexy in shorts, but then when he gets on the field, it's all going to come crumbling down. And yet
People
we
may
have
not
a
Good looking guy. He is a good looking guy. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
people may not remember, but the first actual start that Will Levis had, he threw for 4 touchdowns and 350 yards. And if that happens, that'll be very interesting to see how it concludes.
Yep. And now he's doing Mayo commercials. What a fall from grace.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe. Appreciate everyone.
Thanks, everyone.